Hello everyone, I am Tyken and welcome to another Super Snail video. Today I'm going to be talking about Relics. It is an absurdly complex system, yet very simple once you understand it. The depth and complexity, yet simplicity, is one of the things I love most about this particular system. Now, when you get a relic, there's going to be a few things you're going to see about it. The upper right is going to be the name as well as its rarity. They also have a color code which indicates its rarity, orange being the rarest, purple being below that, blue being below that, and of course green below that. Of course, the orange and the purple also have their own systems, which is S, SS, SSS, and then A, which of course the more A's and S's, the rarer they are. So you can see this one, it's one of the more uncommon oranges that you can get. Now, below that, you're going to see all of the additional stats it gives you, as well as what it's best at, which is in this case, fame. You can also click on this little magnifying glass. It will tell you the full stats of the item, like once it's fully upgraded. And then you can also click on the portrait and it will tell you where to get it and how to do so. Lastly, you are going to see the stamps here, which tells you it does an additional thing when it's placed in a certain location. So here you can say when placed in the museum, it gives you additional zombie cells, where this one says when it's placed in the lumber camp, it has plus 10 fame. All of these are conditional, and they only give you the bonuses either in that location or when placed in that location. So for instance, this has to be in the American Museum, and its buff only affects you when you're playing in the America realm. Up here tells you how many fragments of the relic you have. You're going to need 40 to originally get the first most basic version of the relic. Then from there, stars 1 through 3 only cost reagents, and then 4 costs 40 fragments, 5 costs 80, 6 costs 120. And then from there, you need to awaken it, which generally costs about 900 of any fragment, not just of that, as well as some purples and blues. But awakening is an entirely different system we'll get to. Down here, you see all of the various effects that it gives you just for having it. In this case, chore dispatch speed, and then here it shows you get an additional 32 defense per 3 fame you have, fame relics. Down here is the limit of how much you can get total from this. And then, of course, down below it tells you where it is currently at, if it's being used or slotted into anything. Down at the bottom is some flavor text for the relic, usually a good read. The second button is only going to show up after you fully upgraded your relic, which is the awakening one, which, as you can see here, it requires 900 of any fragments, orange fragments, 300 purple, and 100 blue. And usually when you awaken it, you can see here, in this case, it will give you an additional 1000 HP. And of course, there's a resonance system that I will get into in a moment. And then lastly, there is a Mirage system, which every time you level up a relic to a certain amount, you unlock a new battle, and each battle is kind of like a power check and provides an additional reward. And of course, completing all of them, including the awakened one, gives you a final greater reward. Lastly, we're going to talk about resonances, which essentially, as you awaken relics, sometimes they synergize, or resonate in this case, and give you additional benefits. So in this case, this one's not doing much for us by itself, besides giving us the most basic 100 extra defense while it's awakened. But when we awaken this relic, which is going to be Smug's Chalice, it is going to give our troop minions 630 HP for every 60 minions in battle. So you can see, essentially, each relic gives additional bonuses after awakened with other ones. And then, of course, the other ones with more relics, up to 6, give an even better resonance bonus depending on what's awakened. Last, we have the daily login bonus, which gives you a reward based on what day it is and what relic you have at what level. At the base most version, if you just own the relic, you get the most basic reward. And you can see here it kind of alternates between days of the week and what it gives you. If your relic is at max level, it essentially triples that reward. And then, of course, triples it again if it is awakened. And once you unlock Lotto 2, which is a much later mechanic, they essentially allow you to double up relics on the same day, which gives you another additional bonus depending on the relic and what its level is. So you can get a fairly good bonus logging in every day. In fact, I like to awaken my relics based off the calendar, although that may not be the most optimal strategy. Of course, we have Mirages, which this allows you to essentially fight, as I mentioned before, your Relics unlocked battles, which will give you gems and other such variety of rewards. You can see in this case, this gives you an art gem. And of course, the final fight is what gives you the most stuff and the best benefits. And as I mentioned before in this little trophy right here, this kind of gives you a little bit of everything. This shows you the Mirage gems and how to level them. When you awaken artifacts is where you get collector talents. You can also get a few collector talents from elsewhere, but they're usually only blue. And this is kind of like a talent tree in like a lot of RPGs and other video games. You can see here the blue ones are from blue relics, the purple ones are from purple relics, and the orange ones are from orange relics, which are usually the best. But of course, in this case, orange relics are incredibly hard to awaken considering the sheer amount of fragments you need to upgrade them. As a recommendation, by the way, generally speaking, best to go all the way down the left side first, and then take all of the blue things you can reach from there, spinning all of your purples and oranges on the left side. We'll go more into depth than that later. That's just a base recommendation. And of course, at the very left is your Residence album. It'll kind of show you the ones you need to unlock, which are still there. In fact, I actually made a Resonance tracker to make that a lot easier to track everything, what you have, what you don't. I will link that in the description below and go over it in another video. But already this has gone on fairly longer than I wanted to, so we'll start wrapping it up. Last but not least, you're going to be able to get relics from a wide variety of sources, but the most common ones are going to be from lotto machines. You are best to save your lottery tickets for Lottery Week, which alternates every other week. In this case, you can click in the upper right corner and you see all the various beads, the percentages, and what each bead can drop, including what other relics you can get from it and in what percentages. The other place you're going to get them from is the Alchemy Furnace. You will want to save your wish coins because that is the primary source of getting relics from this thing. Until Wish Week, which is very similar to Lotto Week. You get bonuses and other such rewards for spending a bunch of coins during that time. And of course, you can also kind of look at your odds on this as well, clicking the little thing here, and you can see just about everything you're looking for in terms of what you can get and what odds you're hoping for. Very much lastly, you're going to click on this little pyramid and you can see all these varieties of things, treasure maps, scrolls, chests, mimetic catalyst chests, and of course species treasures. All of these can be gotten variously through just playing the game, and of course each time you can open them for a chance of relics and other such things. That's about it for this video. If you have any questions, comment below and I'll be happy to answer them. See you next time.